Dear audience, we are happy to introduce you our result of the Co-Innovation Builder. We were assigned by the two companies Crowdglue and Technoli to identify how they can collaborate together in the future. And our expert Eder will lead you through the results of our analysis. Hi Eder, would you like to start with the goals of the collaboration?
Sure, thank you. So after having had several interviews with stakeholders of Crowdglue as well as stakeholders of Technoli, we came to the result that the perfect visionary goal of a collaboration of the two companies is a B2B platform to transform the way of communication in professional life. Obviously, it's not only the visionary goal that we'd like to share with you today, but we'd rather want to break it into the short-term and long-term goal. So as short-term goal, we see to rise the amount of participants and consumers on this kind of new B2B platform in order to steadily expand the platform's functions and also to improve its performance and relevance. The long-term goal, as we see as of today, is to expand the platform's service to other branches and industries.
Thank you very much for introducing us the overall goal. Let's dive a little bit deeper into the startup drivers and the corporate drivers. Could you tell us something what you found out in those areas?
So after the interviews with Crowdglue, we clearly see that their main driver is to gain technology know-how and to profit also from Technoli's customer base and also their legal support that they were very happy having during the accelerator program. We also see as a driver the financial support for bigger software invests, which might be given into the platform by Technoli. For Technoli, on the other hand, the drivers are to expand its customer base and also to have a huge image and marketing benefit for the cooperation with a startup as Crowdglue, and also to enhance the current products by combining or interacting and interlinking them with other products to be produced by Crowdglue.
In theory, we identified that deciders as well as contributors are very important to mention. What are the deciders and contributors on both sides?
Right. So for Crowdglue, we actually see very clearly the founders and co-founders, meaning Zoe, Eve, and Chris, as main deciders, as well as the two high-profile tech executives being the board members. Deciders on the side of Technoli, we see Technoli's M&A department, which has had similar deals in the past. The CEO, as it's of very high strategic level, and also the co-innovation program leader, who already knows Crowdglue, as well as the licensing and legal department that also has already worked together with Crowdglue in the past in the frame of the accelerator program. When it comes to contributors for the entire course, on Crowdglue's side, we see Crowdglue's employees, and for Technoli, it's a bigger range as Technoli has more stakeholders. So here we see the partners, which are as of now university as well as institutes, and also software companies that have partnership with Technoli, the R&D department, as well as the accelerator department.
We can clearly see that both companies until now did a good amount of work. What are the resources that each of the companies can bring into the collaboration?
Right. Crowdglue has a big chunk when it comes to quick, lean and agile development, which is a very valuable resource for this collaboration, together with the potential for adapting the products for other customer segments and their entire social network know-how and its application to the B2B sector. So this is resource-wise very attractive on Crowdglue's side, whereas on Technoli, it's the tech know-how, as well as their expertise in computer software, their entire network, their visibility as brand in the market, their financial strength, as well as their infrastructure and legal support, and obviously their great brand already as a reference or as very first case is a big benefit here.
Every collaboration has to lead to something. What are the returns expected by both companies?
Having talked to Crowdglue, I can tell you that they expect a higher quality product, and also they are very keen on scaling fast and successfully, maybe even going into a second venture capital round together with Technoli, and to have a good market penetration, a very quick and efficient one. On the other hand, on Technoli's side, they hope to enter new markets and create new products. They hope to have a big impact on revenue, on their image, as I said already, to raise their visibility and to make their own products more attractive at low risk and low cost.
Now, putting those two information together, specify the format, how they can collaborate. We, as experts, recommend Crowdglue becoming a platform consultancy for Technoli and their clients, by staying independent for their own projects. So one could say that Technoli and Crowdglue agree on a commercial agreement, making both companies benefit from revenues. I have a question concerning this point. Sure. Why don't you consider Technoli getting or acquiring a share of Crowdglue? Yeah, we were also thinking about it in the very beginning, and then quite quickly came to the conclusion that it's the big strength of Crowdglue being independent, being as quick as they are, and not being as bureaucratic and slow as Technoli is. On the one hand, on the other hand, Crowdglue only covers a very small part of Technoli's expertise and is not at all in its main and core business. So that's why we said it's best for both if both work on the B2B platform, but Crowdglue being independent and therefore also being able to make completely other products without having to tell Technoli. Oh, that's a really interesting result. And how about the outcome? Can you put it really short into one sentence? What would be the outcome? Nothing easier than that. So the outcome, a prosperous company and disruptive business model, which is market-wide recognized. Beside outcome and all the returns that we talked about, risk is also a topic that is not neglectable. What are the risks or the concerns of the two companies? Yeah, so obviously collaboration always bears risks. So we see as a risk, for example, that the platform does not scale quickly enough and that the expenses are not justifiable. On the one hand, on the other hand, Technoli might face the platform as a nice add-on, while Crowdglue visions it to be much bigger, and then it might come to discussions. And for Crowdglue, another risk is getting too big too fast and then not being able to maintain its startup mentality, leaving them bureaucratic and unsatisfied. So those are our main risks, which we think are absolutely manageable, also in terms of the commercial agreement and good communication and collaboration. So to conclude everything, what are the indicators to identify if the collaboration was successful or not? Sure, I'll just throw in some bullet points here. So one is the amount of platform users as KPI. Then the global distribution of the customers. Is it only Germany-based or Europe-wide or even global? How many tickets does the hotline get and the support get? Is the platform itself, does it prove to be financially successful for both sides? Is the software accepted and does it get good feedback? And last but not least, is there a good flow of knowledge between both parties, and is it a mutual benefit instead of a silo knowledge? Thank you, Edda, for sharing your expertise. I think the deep knowledge we were able to gather with those information will help the two companies to find a good collaboration structure. Thank you very much, Edda. You're welcome.